The number one reason for poor communication is low self-confidence. Do you often feel hesitant to open your mouth during meetings, to make your voice heard? Do you think twice, thrice, should I not speak? Do voices come up and say, you will fail, they will laugh at you, you have an accent, you can't speak English even properly, what are you going to talk now? So if all these things and more have been running through your head, there is hope. These are all the symptoms of low confidence which are manifesting themselves in this way. So is it possible to break through these barriers and become a confident speaker? Absolutely. And what can you do to help you to step up your communication? Well, here are 5 tactics or strategies that you can use to become a confident speaker. Let's begin. How many times have these kind of thoughts pulled you down and stopped you from answering or taking part in a meeting? Don't do that. You look funny. You speak funny. They will not be able to understand your accent. Your English is like odd. Don't throw it on this audience. You will just make a fool of yourself. What do you have to say? Keep quiet. Just sit down. Don't make a fuss. Don't stand out. All this negative self-thought runs in circles in our heads and stops us from actually opening our mouth, contributing to the meeting, showing our value by giving our opinions. So the first step to do is to identify these kind of thoughts. You will look funny, you will fail, people will laugh at you. So once we realize that these kind of thoughts just spring up because they spring out of fear. When you want to speak in front of somebody, you're not used to it, you're putting yourself out there, you're being vulnerable. So immediately your body tries to, no, let's go and be safe. Let's sit in the corner, let's be a wallflower. And so to stop you from doing that, it sends all these kinds of negative messages. So the first step is to identify these messages. Step number 2 is to challenge them and reframe them. So if your mind tells you, don't do that, people laugh at you, you'll fail. So the thing is, now that you know that this is your body trying to save you from stress, basically, you stop there and say, okay, people will laugh at me. What if they do? What's going to happen? Nothing. I will also laugh with them. I will fail. What if I succeed? People might actually listen to what I say. They may want to hear my voice, my opinions, my thoughts. So step number 2 is challenge that negative thought which comes up, reframe it in a positive way. Step number 3 is to set realistic goals. So when you do get the courage to open your mouth and give your opinion in the meeting, don't expect to sound like you're on a TEDx stage. Be realistic. You may sound funny. People may laugh. They may not understand what you're saying. Your accent may come in the way of everything. That's fine. If it does, you just repeat yourself till you're understood. But set realistic goals. Just because the first time you speak up, things don't go as planned and there's no, success party at the end of your speech, it's not the end of the world. You should keep trying again and again. So let's be realistic. Even when you started walking as a baby, nothing worked out, right? The first time. You had to try many times before you finally got the use of your legs. The same way, the minute you start speaking, you are not going to morph into a TEDx speaker. So set realistic goals. Understand that this is a journey, not a destination. And the more you practice, the better you become. Step number 4. This step is really important. Before you even stand up and start speaking, visualize how it would look. There you are, standing in front of your team, speaking. The words flow effortlessly. Everyone is hanging on to every word of yours. Yes, once you visualize this, and make it a positive visualization. Don't visualize everyone laughing at you. No. Make it a positive visualization, and then you are ready to go. So, okay, now what happens? We come to step number 5. You have got the courage, you have faced your negative fears, you have challenged them, rephrased them, you have visualized. Finally, you have stood up and spoken. Then what? Then the most important step, feedback. Go back, ask your team members, trust your team members, ask your boss, how did I do? How can I do better? So when you get feedback from a third party, someone who has actually seen you and who knows what you sound like, then that feedback becomes very valuable. Take all feedback with a pinch of salt. Use what you feel really helps you, leave the rest. So that's how you take feedback. So there we have it. 5 strategies to help you to become a confident speaker. Here are the 5 strategies which, when put together, helps you to build your confidence and become a great speaker. Identify negative self-talk, challenge and reframe, set realistic goals, embrace positive visualization, and seek constructive feedback. Speak with confidence.